50 has just leaked shocking new footage of how scared and shaken Diddy looks in prison, and it's going absolutely viral on the internet. We had been hearing all about how Diddy was living it up in prison, drinking wine and teaching business to inmates. But now it turns out that there are a few people out to get him, and for reasons many people hadn't seen coming. It is now being reported that Diddy could be in danger of being imprisoned by Tupac's people.
Life might be dangerous over here because people think he has something to do with Pac. People think he has something to do with Biggie. They right here in Brooklyn. You understand? It's right here in Brooklyn, and some of the people are still mad that he made making of the band walk to Brooklyn from to get the cheesecake, and he's around the corner from the cheesecake factory. So Junior. So there might be some dumps. So y'all need to get him out of here and ship him to Jersey because somebody gonna kill him over there. Those are good arguments, if you want to call it, but it's bullshit. He gonna get the same treatment no matter how much he got, money he got.
For years, the deaths of Tupac Shakur and Christopher the Notorious Big Wallace have hovered over hip-hop like an open wound. And for just as long, Diddy has firmly denied having anything to do with either kid.
That claim, but you know what the truth.
Yeah, Church. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense. So we're not even going to go there with all due respect. But I appreciate you as a journalist. Thank you.
But usually, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, "Yo, you had money to come out." No, like a journalist.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying?
Which you never believe.
Yeah.
Tupac was shot in a drive-by in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996. He fought for 6 days before dying at just 25 years old. Only 6 months later, Biggie was killed the same way in Los Angeles on March 9, 1997. Two giants of rap were gone back-to-back during a time when the music world was split down the middle. That split was the famous East Coast-West Coast feud. It wasn't just music, it was pride, loyalty, and long-standing tension. Diddy, as Biggie's close friend, producer, and the head of Bad Boy Records, stood firmly on the East Coast side. Over time, Diddy's name kept coming up in conversations about both deaths. The Netflix docu series Sean Combs, The Reckoning, which premiered on December 2nd, brought those conversations back into the spotlight. Several people in the series claimed Diddy may have played a role. I think that Sean had a lot to do with the death of Tupac, and he ushered Biggie to his death. Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burrows said in the documentary, the tension between Diddy and Tupac didn't come out of nowhere. Early on, they moved in similar music circles. That changed on November 30th, 1994. That night, Tupac was at Quad Studios in New York City to record a guest verse for Diddy's artist, Little Sean. Instead, Tupac was robbed and shot 5 times in the lobby. He survived, but the damage was done. From that moment on, his trust in both Diddy and Biggie was shattered. In a 1996 interview with Vibe magazine, Tupac was asked directly if he believed Diddy was involved.
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew. You know what I mean? I believe something. I do believe something. I have true things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say anything happens, that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you see what I said in the Bible, I basically bowed out. It was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, no, that wasn't even the next issue, because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, it was all like, we didn't see that. In the first issue, read it, by viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back when it was blocked, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times a day? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times a day. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found a bullet. Oh, you found a bullet, huh? So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me? I can go about all those niggas. That is so to my intelligence. So yes, I did say Thug Life is dead. Yes, I bowed out all that. But when they said that,
The Quad Studio shooting was never solved, but Gon Deal claims Diddy already knew Tupac was going to be shot and let it happen. He says the 50 Cent documentary talked about the incident, but left out a critical detail. According to Gon, on that very day, Diddy, Andre Harrell, and Jimmy Henchman were all together in Jimmy's office. Biggie and Suge Knight, Gene says, didn't know that. Gon claims Diddy wasn't there by accident. He says Diddy was keeping an eye on Biggie because Diddy controlled Biggie's publishing at the time. Biggie was writing new material, and Diddy wanted to know exactly what was happening. That's why Gon says Diddy was in the building to watch Biggie, not to work with him. While they were there, Gene claims Jimmy Henchman told Diddy that Tupac was going to be taught a lesson over money Tupac allegedly owed.
Him being at the spine big, Jimmy Henchman told him that they finna show Pac, teach Pac a lesson. Because Pac had owed him some money. So that's why he was up in the studio and was coming to the studio. Pac owed him some money. He was going to work it off and get some money from doing a song with Lil Sean. And that's what that was about. But Pac was talking greasy to Jimmy Henchman. And Jimmy Henchman was the type of dude to talk greasy to. Allegedly. Unless you 50 Cent. So he knew Pac was about to deal with him, yeah. He was there to see it. He wasn't only there to see Big them. When Jimmy Henchman told him that, he was there to see what's going to happen to Pac. He was there for that. Because had he not been there for that, he would have went up there in the office. He would have went to the studio or the studio session with Big. He would have went to that studio session with Big them. He knew what room Big was in. He didn't do that. He was there to see what was going to happen to Pac after Jimmy told. And that's factual.
Gene says this lines up with what Kirk Burroughs has also claimed, that Diddy played a role behind the scenes. And if money was involved, Gene believes Kirk would know where it came from.
And Kirk Burroughs, he also said that he feels like, Diddy was behind Pac.
Yeah. If Diddy played a part in that stuff, like you said, Kirk know where the money came from. I'm going to say this. They tried to, if you talk about the Vegas trip and the whole 9 yards, Kirk said that he paid for people to drive out to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? He said he paid for people to drive out of Vegas. I was heavily with Bad Boy at that time. I don't remember that part of it. You understand? I don't remember that part. But if Kirk knew and he was paying for people to drive out to Vegas in the whole 9 yards, it's hard to hide $1 million. You ain't going to cash that in the check cashing place. You signing that over to somebody. I said 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times again. Eric Von Zip showed me and my man Boom Gang, aka my man Slick, a check for $1 million. We don't know, and everybody trying to say, lying, talking about half of it got paid, 500. I don't know. I know when I asked him about, we asked him, do we ask? No, we didn't ask him. I know when he showed us a check and he walked away after he showed us the check for $1 million.
The people involved are gone now, but the money isn't. Paper trails don't die. If the truth is ever going to come out, Gon believes it's sitting right there in records, checks, and transactions that can still be followed. Nearly 2 years later came the Las Vegas shooting that ended Tupac's life. For decades, that case also went unsolved, feeding rumors and theories throughout hip-hop. Then in September 2023, everything changed. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was arrested and charged with murder. Prosecutors said he played a key role in the killing. In July 2024, a court filing revealed something even more explosive. A previously undisclosed 2009 police interview. In it, Davis allegedly described his role in Tupac's murder and repeatedly brought up Diddy, claiming Diddy was the one who ordered the shooting. According to Davis, Diddy was furious over Tupac's constant insults. A DA and U.S. Department of Justice report also referenced a 2008 interview where Davis claimed Diddy said he needed to get rid of Marion Suge Knight and Shakur and offered him $1 million to handle the problem.
Claim.
That, like, in retrospect, that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to Puffy. Like, Zip stealing the money, now Puffy isn't connected to the shit. It also would have been hires, you know what I'm saying?
The FBI said that.
So the FBI told you the same thing. So the FBI told you the same thing.
He said just to let him know. Everybody caution. The last one to know everything, even lawyers, friends, everybody will caution.
Denied all of it. In July 2024, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said Sean Combs has never been considered a suspect in the Tupac Shakur homicide investigation. Diddy has never been charged. Davis has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody with his trial delayed. After Tupac's death, the danger didn't fade. According to people close to the situation, Diddy and his East Coast team were warned not to go to the West Coast. Still, Diddy pushed forward to promote Biggie's upcoming album. Biggie didn't want to go, but Sean talked him into doing all those things. Burroughs claimed in Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
An interview that Puffy did with Fat Joe where he was talking about Biggie in his last moments in LA. And he told Fat Joe that he didn't want to go to LA and he actually wanted to go to London. But Biggie, he was the one that wanted to go to LA and he was the one that was pushing to go to LA.
That's not true. My name is Kirk Burroughs. I ran Bad Boy Entertainment. I helped co-found it. I created the company with him. I raised from general manager to president. And at that time, I put all of those business plans together. And Biggie didn't want to go to LA, ended up going. What got him out there was a week ahead of time to ease him into the whole award show. He may not have wanted to go to London, but was talked into it. First time ever a rapper of your stature getting this treatment. That would be something he would be interested in doing, but he was easily talked out of it by Sean so that they can make an appearance at an event in LA that Saturday night. Part of the posturing of not only did we come to the award show, not only am I recording my album out here, and Big is going to help me with some writing, we can do something out here where me and him did this one in LA. I'm out on the town.
This is something that Gondil has also corroborated. He revealed that Clark Kent, who was close to Biggie and worked in the industry, admitted he questioned why Biggie was even going out that night. Biggie was supposed to be traveling, not partying. When Clark asked why they were going to the Peterson Museum, Biggie told him it was set up by Puffy and someone else. Gene says he didn't even know this until Clark said it publicly years later.
No party, no club, and no hip-hop scene. They wasn't doing none of that, brother. But that one particular night they go out. And it was because Puff and B-Rock. Clark Kent said that to himself. I've been saying it for years. But everybody was saying, I'm Captain. Now, what do you call Clark Kent? Is he Captain? He's a vice president of a record company. You understand what I'm saying? He was DJing for years. Is he Captain? All these people should smack themselves, bro. Because what happened is, when people hear the truth, they can't believe it. Why? They can't understand. But it happened. We couldn't have done nothing. Because there was no we. There was no we out there. Big had a security, Paul Austin, Reggie Bullock. Puff had me and Kenny. We was down 6 to 8 other men. And there's 23 people in the arsenal. And none of them got no guns. You don't go Cali empty-handed. You couldn't have done
What still hurts Gon the most is that he asked for more security before they went out. He says he pushed the issue and was told no. Puffy said there wasn't enough money.
I had better security. I asked them before we gonna go out? Let's hire some more security. They refused to hire more security. They refused to hire more security. Kirk Burrows said the same thing. They didn't have it in the budget. Not without Big, they don't have no budget. How about that?
Later in the docket series, former LAPD Detective Greg Kading said he believed Diddy made the investigation harder, not easier.
Questions have changed slightly, gradually over time. Today, I look at Diddy with through a different lens than I might have 10, 15 years ago. There were obviously some early red flags. It's a complicated thing because, we have to be very careful about falsely accusing people or even, making accusations based on nothing more than speculation. And we just haven't seen all the evidence. So I prefer to kind of withhold judgment on some things. I can tell you regarding Diddy back when Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls were murdered. He wasn't exactly cooperative. He didn't do what you would assume a friend or, a manager, so to speak, would do. So from a law enforcement perspective, he was very unhelpful in an area where he ought to have been contributing towards getting some type of justice in those two murder cases. Because as we found out in time, he was complicit in one of them, and which would make sense why maybe he didn't cooperate in the other, because the two were, they were just, we always understood that they were somehow interconnected. And so if you're going to cooperate or provide information on one and you're culpable in the other, one thing could lead back to the next. And that's where I think he understood his own.
Witnesses said Biggie's shooter was a black man wearing a blue tuxedo with a bow tie. No one has ever been arrested or charged in the case. Decades later, both murders remain officially unsolved and Diddy remains free of charges. That may change soon though, particularly because an increasing number of connections are now surfacing when it comes to Diddy's alleged involvement in Pax's murder. According to Kirk Burrows, the tension was already there before Tupac ever walked into Quad Studios. Trust was thin, egos were high, and the industry was full of quiet rivalries. When Tupac was robbed and shot inside the building, Burrows says the fallout hit fast and hard. From that point on, nothing between the camps was the same.
When he was big, he saw little Sean, people like that. They wanted him to come and do a record. That was what was set up at Quad. Little Sean, we all there, see all of it. It was just going to be a fun night at the studio. Pop showed up, saw them looking down from the window. His new friends were there. This event happened in the elevator. Might have been scary, to send a message. Tupac standing his own ground, just didn't need it. He ended up getting the shot. The elevator went up. Our people were shocked to see him in that state. He was shocked to see our people looking at him shot. He thought that they knew something about him. He thought if he was in New York, he was with all the rappers in the East, they must have known what was going to happen. It had to be in the rim. And the situation aren't laid out like that. And the furthest thing from the truth, he held that to his heart. And then he went away. A few other things happened. Got better prepared. Went away with the jail on the rape charge. Once that came down on him, it looked as if the East Coast was the worst place for him to come. And it looked as if friends that he had just turned him back. Suge stepped in. Suge stepped in. When Suge stepped in, he signed him. He signed him to a napkin at Clinton. And that letter that he sent to Wendy Day, she was definitely a person that was connected and mediated between most everyone in the hip hop game and had been for a minute, legendary person. She delivered the letter to my office. It started with West Side up. So it gave an indication of rumblings that we heard in the street that shined by Suge. That he's going to go west and come back. And he has an issue with us.